All right, all right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Prophet John here. Hope you guys are doing well. Okay, I guarantee you, some of you people, when you saw this information about an earthquake, you probably thought it was the California earthquake. And so you probably, when you heard about an earthquake, a massive earthquake that hit, you probably thought it was the California earthquake. But no, not yet. It's not the California earthquake yet. That's coming, but it's not yet here. But we had one in Alaska. Okay, so breaking news here: the 7.8 magnitude earthquake hits off of Alaska. Tsunami warnings issued for nearby coastlines. Now, I believe that the tsunami warnings have now died down. It looks like there won't be a tsunami in Alaska area, and everybody is going to be okay. But that was a powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake. All right. So, and I guarantee you, some of you people, when you saw this trending all over the internet and the world, you probably thought it was California. I guarantee. All right. And so, speaking of California, first of all, hopefully everybody in Alaska is okay. Hopefully, everybody in Alaska is doing well and they didn't receive a lot of damage. I mean, that's a 7.8, so there's going to be some damages, definitely. Um, but hopefully, everybody's okay in that area. And we pray for you. We pray for the families in that area. And, but yeah, so speaking of California, um, the place that I said that I think that the earthquake's going to happen, the 7.3 to the 8.1, is San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge area, and but people are thinking, okay, well, that's terrible, right, and things like that. Well, it's gonna bring, in my opinion, it's gonna bring the next gold rush, right? The San Francisco gold rush, right? San Francisco 49ers is my favorite football team, by the way, right? Since I was a little kid. Um, you know, I never liked the Washington Redskins. I never liked, and first of all, I didn't even like the name, the Redskins, right? As a little kid, I thought something was wrong with that. But my whole family, Washington Redskins, not my whole family, because my brother was a Cowboys fan, which was kind of weird growing up in Washington, D.C. and the DMV area. My brother was a Cowboys fan, but then I realized that, wait a minute, there's a lot of Cowboy fans in the Washington D.C. area. I was like, this is weird, right? And so it didn't become that weird till my brother was a Cowboys fan, right? And my sister was actually a Detroit Lions fan, and I was like, wait a minute. There's a lot of females that like the Detroit Lions. Is it because of their colors or what? What is it? Barry said, I don't know what it was. It's just like everybody. A lot of females like the Detroit Lions. I'm not. It might be their colors and the lion. I don't know, but anyways, I'm a 49ers fan, so do I want to see a massive earthquake in San Francisco? No, I don't, man. But this is what I think is going to happen. People are talking about this upcoming California earthquake like crazy. I'm seeing it all over YouTube and the internet. So people are preparing for this. And we'll see how it goes. I guess God is giving us warning signs that it's coming because He's hitting everything around it, right? So, um, and so I guess it's almost time. Maybe God is telling us it's almost time. I don't know. But it will give us a gold rush, in my opinion, if it hits the right area, right? If this is the gold rush that God has been talking about, this next coming gold rush, where gold is going to come out of the ground because of an earthquake. Remember that? Remember when there's been people on the internet talking about that, and how I think even Charlie Shomp or Hank Kuhneman, somebody's been talking about that, where an earthquake hit in California or San Francisco, and it created another gold rush. Okay, so and then gold was just coming out of the ground. Um, so, and maybe that's how we pay off the debt of America, because of all the gold that comes out of the ground. I don't know. I don't. It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, so just think about that. Keep that in mind. That California, the earthquake in California, wherever it hits, because I might be wrong. It might not hit the Golden Gate Bridge and the San Francisco area. It might hit Long Beach, California. It might hit Southern California. It might hit San Fran. What's the other part? Sacramento or something. It might hit somewhere else, Oakland or San Jose or somewhere else, right? So and but is this the earthquake that's going to bring the gold rush? Because God said that his money, gold and silver, are going to rise and rise and rise. And Bo Poloni has made that clear, and so has other people, Louise Vogel Sharp and others have made that clear that God's money is about to rise. And now we're seeing it. We're seeing silver rising now. Silver's at $22, and we're seeing gold rise. Gold's at 18,000 plus. I mean, 18, no, 1800. I said 18,000. Wow. 1800 plus right now for gold. And so gold is rising, silver is rising. And this gold rush, though, would bring all this gold out. And maybe we could use it to pay off some bills, some debt. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do, what we will do with all the gold that's rising out of the ground if this is the earthquake that's going to do that for California. I don't know. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see how this all plays out. But once again, no, we're not God, so we don't know the ins and out of it. We could just make general statements and say, look, this is what I think is going to happen. This is what I see happening, or this is what I'm feeling. But we're not God, so we don't really know. Only God knows what's exactly going to happen. Um, and when it's going to happen. And so it's we just have to wait and see how that plays out. Now, when that day comes, does that affect the stock market, right? So that's going to be another thing. If we do get a massive 7.9, 7.5, 8.1, 8.0 earthquake in California, and let's say it does hit San Francisco, and it does destroy the Golden Gate Bridge, but it does bring gold out of the ground, but a lot of destruction has happened. Will that does that scare the crap out of people, and does the stock market plummet that day? Like we don't know. We don't know the effects that it's gonna have. Tsunami warnings will be issued for California as well. It's supposed to be a great tsunami out of the West Coast. People have been talking about that for a long time, so I'm not sure if this is going to be the earthquake that does that. Um, but I don't know either. I don't know. So I don't think so though. I don't think I it just I'm not sensing that, and I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that this earthquake that's supposed to bring the gold rush is going to be the one that also brings a massive tsunami on the west coast. I just don't feel like that's going to be it. It might be another one. It might be the I don't know. I don't know which one is going to bring the tsunami. I don't know. Or maybe a tsunami is going to come by itself and not have to even be triggered by an earthquake. I don't know. But people have been talking about a tsunami over the West Coast for a long time. Same thing with the East Coast. They've been talking about a tsunami with the East Coast as well for a long time. We were talking about it back. I remember talking about it back in 2011, I believe, 2012 range, where the elites and the cabal would basically send a nuclear weapon into the ground, into the sea, and on the Atlantic, and just and then allow it to basically create a tsunami and just come through the East Coast like 1,000 miles an hour or something. You know what I mean? And they still can do that. That's not out of the table. You know what I mean? They can do whatever they want. Basically, they can create that. They can create a scenario like that. The only thing that they can't do, I mean, they can do whatever they want unless God stops them. Just like they're trying to bring in these digital dollars, right? They're trying to bring in a cashless society right now, and God's not. I don't know. I don't think God's ready for that right now. I don't think God's ready for a cashless society right now. And also, the fiat currencies are not that devalued to just wipe them off the planet and say, "Oh well, here's no more fiat currencies. We're all going digital right now." You know what I mean? So the fiat currencies still have value on them, right? They still have a lot of trust and value, and people like to still use fiat currencies. Okay, so to just wipe them out and then say digital currencies here, God's not going to allow that in my opinion. It's got to be a slow process. All right, so maybe within the next 10 years, God will allow them to go fully digital and cashless. But I think we still have at least 5 to 10 years before that even happens. So everybody that's worried about the cashless society, I think we're gonna have the reset of currencies instead. So God's gonna give value to some currencies that have been undervalued. We're gonna reset currencies first. We're gonna bring gold and silver back up, and then after that, we're going to then slowly creep into a cashless society, in my opinion. And then gold and silver will rule for a while with cryptocurrencies, if cryptos are even still around. And then we'll go from there. And then after that, gold and silver will start to lose value, and because everything is going to be on the microchips and nanotechnology, and so no one's going to be using gold and silver anymore, and those are going to go worthless as well because everything's going to be on microchips and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm even going to be alive. I don't know how long this is going to take. It might be within the next 20 years. Um, I mean, shoot, who knows? All right, so we'll see how this all plays out. Peace out, God bless, and everybody in Alaska. Hope you guys are well and safe after the 7.8 earthquake. And you guys that are in California, I know you guys were probably like, yeah, these earthquakes are getting bigger and bigger now. Yeah. So I don't know when it's gonna hit you guys, but be prepared for whatever happens because it could happen at any moment. Peace out. God bless. Eyes open.